They relied on their messages of building the Black community in order to scam the Black community. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making it. My name is Anya Braun, and here on my channel we talk about Black businesses, artists, entertainment, and information. And today we are going to be talking about one of my all-time favorite subjects, which is exposing scams. What? Oh my God. Yes, because if you don't know already, one of my least favorite things in the entire universe is people taking advantage of already disadvantaged people, i.e. people scamming Black people. And you know what we're going to be talking about today? Do you know? Can you guess it? Because this is a quarantine scam, okay? Obviously, we went through a quarantine as a nation, and let's just say it probably wasn't handled the best, and let's just say that a lot of people were desperate for money, and that a lot of scammers were desperate to scam, right? Okay, so that is what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about the bint scam, the blessings in no time. I don't even know what else you can call it, business thing. We'll get into the whole thing. Before we do, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. If you don't, that's kind of anti-Black. And like this video if you want to prevent some Black people from getting scammed. Leave a comment if you have any other suggestions of scams that you have seen, or just shady businesses or anti-MLM. Don't even get me started. Ones that are targeting Black people. Like, I can't. If you haven't already, you can definitely check out my video on iamccsuarez, the FOREX scam. You can check out my video on, what was the last one I just did? TLC, that MLM, which is just a mess. I just go in on all of them, and they're all super long videos, and they're deep dives, so you will love it. Make sure you go check those out. Like I said, leave a comment, subscribe, do the liking, do all of that. Turn on your notifications so that you don't miss videos, and because I guess it helps, I don't know. I'm using my phone to record this, so you know we're on the path, on the journey, supporting each other to maybe one day get like an actual real camera and like real setup. So if that interests you, please do it. If not, I guess peace out. But we're gonna hop right into the video. Let us go. Okay, I have my notes and everything here, so I may be looking down at them, but what we're talking about right now is bint. You may have heard of this through the pandemic. Bint stands for blessings in no time. Sounds lovely, doesn't it? Well, bint is a business company situation made by LaShonda Moore and Marlon Moore. They are a couple, they are married, and they are Black. And they are from the reality TV show Family or Fiancé that played on OWN. So they have a following, or, you know, in theory, they have some sort of following. They had some sort of, I guess you could call it like fame before they started this. Now, since there is a current lawsuit happening with this company, let's just jump right into that, right? Let's just get right to the good stuff. Let's see what the lawsuit's talking about. So the Moores are being sued by the state of Arkansas, Texas, and the FTC for running an illegal pyramid scheme. Now, as I stated previously, keep in mind that this is a Black couple targeting this scheme to Black people who need money during a pandemic. It's absolutely disgusting. Now, this quote that I'm going to read to you is from the FTC, which will be linked down below. All of my sources will be linked down below. Most of them are from the FTC because they have a lot of research on it, and just from the actual lawsuit itself. If you want to read those PDFs, feel free. But let me get my laptop so I can pull up the quotes for you. Okay, my apologies. I took a quick snack break and now I'm back. The quote that I wanted to read to you was, quote, "The defendants have primarily targeted African American communities through their scheme, according to the complaint." So just a little backstory as to, I'm not just making this shit up. This is actually happening. So let's dig further in, shall we? So the couple's business falsely promised investment returns as high as 800%. Okay, so The idea is that they are targeting Black people, Black communities who are struggling, need money during the pandemic, which, as a sidebar, is especially rude and disgusting and vile, considering that the statistics about the pandemic are that Black communities are the most affected, have the highest death rates because of lack of healthcare, et cetera, et cetera. America, you already know what the deal is with that. But it just makes it 10 times worse. So for this business, the participants must put in minimum $1,400. So minimum $1,400 to be a part of this blessing loom. Now we'll get into what a blessing loom is shortly. That'll explain a lot, but just so you know, bare minimum $1,400 to get into this business. So they are telling people you put in $1,400 and you get out about $11,000, which sounds amazing and incredible, right? That sounds, dare I say, too good to be true. It's also said that the more that you put in, the more that you get out. So some people have put in as much as $62,000 into this scam, into this pyramid scheme, which is terrible and shitty. So in a video that I will also have linked down below, this guy is talking about the same scam. So he's doing a video on it, but I want to say he's like an accountant or something. His page is like Pocket Watchers, I want to say with CJ, I don't remember, but it will be linked down below because I only saw that one video. And he was talking about, so when you're presented with this idea of like you put in $1,400 and you get out $11,000, how? Like you should be asking the question of how. How are you getting that? And they should be able to explain to you how that kind of return happens. And if they can't, which they likely can't because it's a scam, then you have a red flag to not invest into this company. They relied on their messages of building the Black community in order to scam the Black community. And spoiler alert, just like pretty much all pyramid schemes, most of the people lost all their money. So, yeah. I'm going to read two more quotes to you, also from this lawsuit with the FTC, that kind of explain how the situation works, and then we'll get into that. So it says, the supposed investment returns Bint promised to participants were merely funds paid by other members, i.e., that is exactly what a pyramid scheme is, right? Like you need other people in order for you to make money. And the only money that's getting paid out is money that's been put in by other participants, right? So that's a big, that's not even a red flag. That just straight up is a pyramid scheme. There's no other getting around it. It also says, for every member who received the promised payout, 8 additional members had to pay into the scheme. So that means, and you know what, I'll just put in right here, go watch another video that I have linked down below of a girl who made a video about her experience in it and how basically she just proves all of these same things about how there's like, oh, someone's going to get a payout, like wait for your turn, just keep investing money, just keep bringing people in, like wait for your turn. And how it works is essentially an endless cycle of recruitment. And the model that they're using for this pyramid scheme is a blessing loom. So now we're going to dig into that. And the blessing loom was new to even me, but it is increasingly popular, especially during the pandemic. So right now I'm going to show you the graphic. I'll just put on the screen real quick. You can screenshot it or look at it however you want. It'll be linked down below also, of course, from the FTC about what a blessing loom is. But because I don't know how to do that thing where they like have it in the corner and then like also talk about it, girl, like I said, this is on my iPhone, like we're not that far ahead, but maybe if you subscribe then we can be. So I will also just read to you what that graphic says. So, the operation of Bint's blessing looms. A complete loom has 15 members. So we have one blessing loom. So you can see, I'll just probably show you from my laptop. Let me turn up the brightness, hold on. In general, this is the shape of a pyramid, and we have one loom, and then when that loom gets filled, that loom splits into 2 looms, And when those looms get filled, that splits into 2 more looms, right? So what are we getting here? Anyone? Anyone? Leave it in the comments. A pyramid! Oh my God, shocker. So when we pull this one up, we can see that it has in the middle would be like them, right? The couple who started it. Let's say they're in the middle. Or I guess maybe we'll just say it's one. Let's just say it's one of them. And then that one person has their 2 closest friends, which are now in the middle is water. Their 2 closest friends are now, what does it say? Earth. And then their 2 closest friends have 2 more closest friends, and then 2 more. So what fills the outer circle is 8, what they're calling fires in this example. So 8 people on the outside is what completes a loom, which is why there's not a person who can get a payout until their loom is completed. And obviously the more and more people, the more branches of looms that we have. So that's why you have in these like giant group chats, like I said from that girl's video, which was hilarious. I loved it. Shout out to you. You can see that people are waiting for their payouts, except for recruitment is required in the sense that unless you get to 8 people, there will be no payout. And even if there is a payout, who's to say it's to you? Right, you see where it's going? This little paragraph I will also read. It says, in reality, the complaint alleges bint is structured as a pyramid scheme. The supposed investment returns bint has promised to participants were merely funds paid by other members. Bint's pyramid structure requires that it grow perpetually and exponentially because for every member who received the promised payout, 8 additional members had to pay into the scheme. No matter how many members received the promised payout, many more members would necessarily lose money, the complaint notes. So, as you can see, for every one person in the 15-member loom who may get money, all those other people lost money. Now, in the paragraph above this, it does also talk about, this quote says, the complaint states that Bint's website describes Bint as a new type of investing or fundraising that would permit members to achieve financial freedom and to, quote, do everything from paying, for your own surgery to fulfilling a student's dream of attending college and so much more. In promoting Bint, the defendants have also described it as a community-oriented program where members would work together to help each other achieve financial success, according to the complaint. This is a good one. The complaint also alleges the defendants assured participants they would not lose money and could withdraw funds, at any time to receive a full refund. Now, let me just ask a rhetorical question here. Feel free to just think it over. Do you think that any of the people who asked for refunds received them? Right. Now, I mentioned this as the community, right? As they're building the Black community, and this is a way for us to help our community. We can all be financially free, et cetera, et cetera. The lies, like the blatant manipulation and lies. Because this is very similar to xoxo. Xoxo comes from West African, Caribbean culture, and it's essentially a very tight-knit investment group. So if you and your 10 friends agree that you want to invest $100 a week, and then once a month, one of you wins the lump sum of money, right? So essentially, you're all investing, except for you're passing around the same money, knowing that, eventually, when it's like you and your 5 friends or whatever, every 5 months or so, it'll be your turn to receive the lump sum. Just helping each other pay like large bills, or like maybe you want to go on a vacation. So it's kind of just like an investment group. However, the biggest difference is that there is no recruitment in xoxo. There's no newbies in general, and there's especially no newbies required in order for someone to get the payout. We're not letting anybody in this, no new friends. You and your 5 besties do this, and so, each of you can take your family on vacation one time a year or whatever, and that's it. You just all stay in the same circle, so the money never actually leaves, and you know that the money will come back to you, once again, because we're essentially just passing around the same money. However, by manipulating vulnerable Black people's sense of community during a time in which Black people are the most affected group of a deadly virus. I have to laugh because it's like, you gotta laugh or else you'll cry, right? They were able to use this concept, turn it into a pyramid scheme, and take advantage of thousands of Black people. Thousands. During a pandemic. When there's already, how many people died? Thousands of Black people died. Thousands of Black people getting scammed. Millions of people dying worldwide in general. And this is what we're choosing to do? Really? Really? It's not cute. How about that? It's not cute. Not a good look. I would also like to touch on the clear use of faith manipulation by referring to this scam as a blessing. The blessing. Oh my God, blessings in no time? I want blessings in no time. Okay, so I did find it here. It was Pocket Watching with JT. So yes, in that reaction video, he is also watching the news coverage of it, and on that is a woman who was scammed and claims that they were given a bint Bible. You're hearing this correctly. And they were told to refer to the payouts as being blessed, not getting paid. They didn't like if you used the word getting paid or the words getting paid. You had to use the words I'm being blessed, which is just... Okay, motorcycle, chill. Which is just honestly, why? You know, like, why can't we say getting paid? If we're receiving money, are we not getting paid? No, because we have to add in the faith manipulation in order to build a sense of community, especially in a community where faith is so, has such a rich history. Taking advantage of that is just another way to just really sink your teeth into the emotional manipulation that comes with faith manipulation and building the Black community, so they say, to keep you in, to keep you spending more money, to keep you investing more money, to get your friends involved, your family involved, to get as many people involved in this scam as possible so that they can make as much money as possible and no one else can receive the millions. They made millions off of the backs of these disadvantaged Black people as Black people themselves. In addition to the ruthless lying that the Moors did to their participants, it is also said that as a participant, you were prohibited from posting, quote, truthful, non-defamatory reviews online. Kind of like an NDA as a part of your participation agreement. Which, I mean, does that not sound suspicious? Any company who's like, you cannot tell the truth about us. Probably not great. Probably not the vibe that we're looking for. Likely a scam. Could you imagine if, like, your doctor was like, do not tell anyone about what happened in this office? Excuse me? Like, what? Weirdos. Like, imagine you, like, buy a makeup remover wipe and Neutrogena is like, you can never speak of this. It's like, oh my God, like, why? Long story short, this shit is a disgusting scam. And this couple scammed millions of dollars, millions of dollars from disadvantaged Black people who were dying in droves during a pandemic. And now they're facing multiple lawsuits with the state of Arkansas, the state of Texas, and the FTC. As you should. As I said, this lawsuit is ongoing considering the scam happened during the pandemic, and we are still in the pandemic. So this was June 2020. So if there's any updates or when we come to an actual conclusion, which I feel like will probably take a while, I can certainly do an updated video for you. So leave a comment if that's something that you would like me to keep my eye on. Overall, if a scam asks you for a bunch of money, promising a very high return, and cannot explain to you how that happens, or they do explain to you and it is recruitment based, which is a pyramid scheme, or there is no product or service that they are offering, period, that, my friends, is a scam. So stay away. Okay, that is all that I have for this video. I very much so hope that you enjoyed it. However, listen to this. I have a little sidebar because there will be a part 2 to this video because I am going to the BBB website, the Better Business Bureau website, and I found the collective of the reviews that were left by real people, real stories on this company with their real experiences, and we're going to play a little drinking game. Yep, you heard that correctly. So make sure that you stay tuned. It'll either be later this week or next week for the scam drinking game, the bint scam drinking game, and it'll be pretty interesting. Pretty interesting because, as a spoiler alert, lots of people never receive their refunds still to this day. Even though the couple said that refunds will be issued, are we believing what they're saying? I mean, at what point do we just kind of chalk it all up to like, can we believe anything? Don't know. But stay tuned for that because that's going to be very exciting and lovely. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any other scams or businesses that you would like me to look into because I would love to. And make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. If you don't, you're anti-black, which is weird. And what else? Follow me on my other socials. I'm at Anya Braun Beauty on Instagram and at Anya Braun Foodie on TikTok. We're trying to get to 130K. We're getting so close. And yeah, I feel like that's pretty much it. Don't get scammed. Share this with your family and your friends. Don't let them get scammed. The amount of old black women that I've seen get scammed by this scam is honestly sickening. It's sickening. Like, can we leave black women alone? Do you think? Do you think we could just maybe let them live a life of not like manipulation and torture and debt and all these other terrible things? Like, that would be cute, huh? I'm so over it. But anyway, yeah. That is all. Have a great day. Have a great life. Do what it is that you do. And follow me for more. Bye.